Welcome back in, builders. We're continuing on with a little bit more Ascend from Nin Mountains. Last time we did make our breakthrough, and we are working on continuing forward. I guess I can't show it here. Let's hop inside the Sect so we can show it. So right now, we're actually already up to our middle bottleneck. I would really like to get that breakthrough, and frankly, I'd like to get that one and late. But in order to do that, we need the middle, or the bottleneck pill 2. So let's check and see where we can do that. Beyond that, we have a lot of other things to work on. So all kinds of things that need to happen. I would like to go deeper into the mine. I believe we made some flares. What would that be under? Question mark. No, there. It would be under flares. That would make sense. Okay, so we do have some flares, so we could go deeper. However, they told us that the material that we actually need is in the late part of this realm. So the breakthroughs happening first would be better. We also have weapon upgrade and a mount upgrade, that both of which could happen, a clothing upgrade. So we have all kinds of things that we could definitely boost our power. Looking here, my resources are pretty low at the moment. For the breakthrough pill itself, where are you at? Bottleneck pill needs 500 Sect favor, which we don't have. So we need to go do a round of missions, is what that's telling me. Missions refresh in 1 day. Transport Elder's Gift. Wealthy merchant in Xidian Outpost is trying to curry favor with Yao Village. Okay, we can do that. Do I already have a bunch of missions, or are they just not giving me missions? Really don't. Okay. Milk Nephrite. Yeah, we need to go deeper in the mine for that. Okay, so let's start with just doing this Elder's Gift bit first, and we'll see what trouble that gets us into. Yeah, I suppose let's do that. We're also not full. Let's heal up before we leave. Who knows what kind of trouble we're gonna get ourselves into, so better to be full now than sad about it later. A familiar voice calls out to you as you're leaving. It's P-Lip heading towards you. Hey there, Xiaoqi. Got a moment? Been trying to study how the bottleneck 2 recipe and need. Okay, actually kind of useful. We can see if we have any shot of actually being able to complete this. I'm having a feeling that we'll probably need to juice up, which also means we probably need a bunch more Sect favor to be able to do that. All right, we'll give it a try. It would be really nice if we could get one. We don't even need it to be perfect right now. Just anything will work for us. 730. There also wasn't, I think we've had 2 patches since last time I streamed, one of which was a setting where I can see the raw numbers instead of the percentages. So thank you again. Great turnaround on suggestions there. In my brain, this is a lot easier to do. So like here, increases completion by 100. Okay, so I would need to do 8 of those to finish the craft. That's way easier in my mind. And you could flip it back and forth. It's not stuck one way or the other. Okay, we're imbalanced. We have a harmonious and then a nothing. So I think we would like to go ahead and get started with a buff here right off the bat. And not the key intensity. I would want to bump key control. So we would do a fusion here. Or do I? Are we gonna go for a perfection? I guess we start by trying to go for a perfection. All right, so we'll do that. All right, so 75, that would be almost 10% of that. We have our buff, which gives us the extra control. And we have harmonious, so we can do a harmonious refine. Okay, that's not a huge amount, if I'm being honest. All right, we have another balanced here. We could do a delayed refine. I don't know about that. Forceful stabilize. I do want to use our buff, so we definitely should do something that's going to give us some. I don't know if delayed refine takes place under my balanced and uses my buff, or takes place when it actually goes off. So I think I'm just gonna play it safe, and we'll just do a simple refine here. Okay, now we have another harmonious. I think for this one, we're just gonna do a fusion. Yes. All right, I've got that much left. Let's do... No, not you. Oh, do I not have that ability on my bar? We have an ability that makes us lose less stability, but apparently I'm not running it at the moment. Hey, Broad and GW. Getting gentle stabilize online as much as possible really helps. Okay, yes, this was what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, let's... I should have probably started with that, but let's go ahead and get it up now. Yeah. I am probably going to look for a force stabilize here, so I don't actually have that much more ki left. Let's go ahead and just do a simple fusion. Okay, it is resistant, decrease ki intensity. Okay, so it doesn't want us to do fusion, so it would want us to do a simple refine. If I spend 18, I still can forcefully stabilize, so that's fine. Okay, we're down to 10. Let's go ahead and do our forceful stabilize. All right, we're out of ki. If we do get a harmonious, we can siphon. Otherwise, we're pretty much just running out the simple fusions here, which we easily do. Yeah, there's really not a lot I can do there. So I guess we'll skip forward on the off chance that we get a harmonious, and then we can siphon the ki. Okay, we're only going to get 2 more clicks. So I guess we just simple refine and simple refine. Okay, we succeeded. That tells us that we're not quite ready to make a perfect one. I believe he's going to let us keep this, right? Now, watching you giving me some insights into the ki flow. I know I can always count on you. Okay, end of month. Did he give it to us or not? I don't remember. He totally didn't. Wow, way to be cheap on that one, man. All right, well, we still need more Sect favor before we can buy the recipe, so I think we're going to stick to plan here. What else do you want? Why are you blinking at me? Teach crafting action. Oh, I can teach him? Hey there, Xiaoqi. Word is you've been going in and out of the Forge Lord's workshop. Did you manage to learn anything that you're willing to share? Yeah. Do you know Gentle Stabilize? I don't. Please tell me more. Gain some approval. You spend some time teaching him the action. Thank you so much. I owe you one. Can't wait to try this out. All right. Yeah, that's cool. No problem, man. What do you want to talk about? Xiaoqi, I did it. You're looking at a newly born Meridian opening cultivator. P-Lip says with a wide smile and a flourish. Thank you for your help along the way. You're a good friend. Oh, I figured out some more crafting techniques while I was at it, so take a look if you're interested. All right, what can you teach me? Harmonious Stabilize. Condition Harmonious. Restore stability by 20. Cooldown is 5. Repurpose Ki. Cooldown 5. Restores Ki pool by 35. Requires Condition Resistant. That is really useful, because normally I have nothing I want to do during resistance. But he wants premium dollar for that, and we have no premium dollars. All right, at some point, buddy. I'm too poor at the moment. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do here. Let's peek in our inventory just to make sure. We could learn a blossom. Yeah, I said I didn't want to do this until we learned the manual, and that's all we have. Okay. I have 108 days queued up in our garden. All right, let's go do this quick. So we need to run over here and pick up the delivery item. What was my other quest? Not that one. Milk nephrite, right? And I can't do that. That's deeper in the mines. Okay. Wait, what the heck is that? Excuse me? I'm guessing that's them having the training beast over there. Let's head over there and see what's going on. Apparently I went there, but my map is still up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I assume there's an event behind this map. I have not had something get stuck before. Escape brings up my menu. It does not close anything. I assume this was supposed to auto close and we were supposed to see whatever's going on. Let me go back to main menu and we'll load back in. Oh no. Okay. Okay. No, we're okay. I think that was just me fumbling. I just needed to click it. I don't know why I was expecting this to auto close. Learning reagents reduce the stability cost of actions, and key cost of actions really helps as well, depending on what you're struggling with the most. Oh no, Susano says, I ended up buying the game. I even bought a copy for a friend who enjoys these games. Well, awesome, man. I'm glad I could introduce you to something that you enjoy. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I like cheesy, like, cultivation novels and whatnot, so it's right up my alley, I'll say. Let's grab the transport item. We're at the outpost, a well-dressed man waiting for you. What time do you call this? I thought you cultivators were supposed to be punctual, he snaps before thrusting a package. You get this to Elder Fuet, Liu Tian village. Do not open it, do not lose it. All right, Cranky. What do you want? You arrive at the event and introduce to the beast in question. It's called a Kuihou. This serpent-like creature is aggressive and intelligent, which will wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. The thick scales and poisoned breath make felling the beast a challenge. But that's all the more reason it's a perfect pick for sharpening the sword of up-and-coming members. Oh, we're just literally thrown into the fight. Okay. I was not ready for that, and he is in late stage. Okay, I guess we're in. Give me a fury pill. I did simplify a little bit here. We have two things. Unearthly planet, we enter moon, and we end up in moonlight. And then ethereal planet, we start in moonlight, and we end up in sunlight. So I just need to do 1, 2 instead of 1, 2, 3, like we were doing before. And we don't actually need this flower one. That was just something else we were doing last time. All right, we'll see if we can take the hits here. This may be really painful. Tried the demo for Eastern Era earlier today. It's interesting. I don't know that one. Yeah, it's Steam Next Fest, so there's going to be all kinds of demos coming out. If only I had about 50 hours in a day. Okay, so he's mainly been doing the defense, including this toughened scales. That's fine, I guess. It looks like we're gonna do okay. He's gonna get this to 7, and then let's see if he changes scripts. Up to a maximum 7%, but he's still stacking it. I mean, I'm okay with that. Did you set up your cycle order? Yes. I have it set up, so I only need to do 1 and 2, basically, to cycle through the buffs properly. I think that's going to have to change once we get a couple more things unlocked. Let's grab a regen pill here. Okay, so we're in sun, so I want to go back to number 1. Yeah, I simplified this a little bit from last time we were playing. If you set the stances for cycle 1 and 2, you can click the next stance button or the auto battle. I did see that. I use the buttons on my mouse. It has numbers on it, so that's what I'm clicking here. I actually don't mind that. The auto battler thing, because I'm looking over at chat all the time, I would probably end up missing things that might end up being important. Okay, I'm very glad he's not switching stances because he's wasting a lot of time getting this. I guess his damage continues to scale, so maybe not. I guess not. We are starting to take a lot of damage here. Now we'll take the big healing pill. We're not going to survive very many more rounds, though. I need to see a nice big hit here. Ow. I mean, we gotta pop it, right? I'm up to 17 stacks of moonlight. Come on, we need to down him like now. I can't take very many more hits. My toxicity's like maxed out. All right, it's him or me. Okay, I think we're gonna make it, but just barely. Ooh, we were down if we didn't finish him on that hit. What did we get? A gallbladder. Well, you gotta have one of those. Spirit beasts remove gallbladder, typically removed from snakes, lizards, or dragons for the amazing boon they are believed to grant. A spirit core 2. I assume we'll need that for something. Crystallized key, some hard scales. That's a key condensation item. And some shards. The Kuihou crumbles before you. Okay, well, step 1. I would like to immediately go to the healer and heal us again. Good thing I healed before we came here. What do you want, friend? Xiaoqi, I've done it. After all these years, I finally broke through to the meridian opening. After over a decade, I thought I was never going to progress. Thank you for your help. Until I met you, I had very little hope in my cultivation. I can't thank you enough. Hey, you're welcome. You want to go patrolling? Sure. Yeah, let's go. He's actually ready almost for another friendship round. Oh, there also were some improvements on some of the early monsters graphics. I do think this probably looks a little less, I'm gonna say cartoony, although that's not really the right word. This looks a little better than the one we had before. It looked a little plasticky, I guess. It didn't really bother me, but I know some people. All right, can we one-tap him? Yes, we can. After a long circuit and some brief battles, you succeed and finally return. +1 approval. Okay, yep. All right, one more heart and then we'll be buddies. Request board. A Liaoqiang off. I'm just gonna accept everything. A Raskar Alphas next door and a Gorashi. Because we're broke. We are really broke. So, yeah. We're gonna have to do some work here. Oh, hey, well, here we go. We may end up getting that final heart. How does it look scarier and more cute at the same time? It's got the gremlin effect. Yeah. All right, an extra approval. I'll take the stones, although that's not much, frankly. The running joke is he loves to work on anything except for the next realm. The tutorial bug one's the one that I had to laugh. Literally, when I booted up the game for the first time, I picked the background that gave you the armor, and it locked you up in the tutorial when it told you to put on armor. So, the meme was there. The meme was there. That has been since fixed. That being said, though, I do think for like an early access game, you really have to polish that intro. You do not want somebody to pop into your game and immediately have a bug like that. A lot of people will just nope out. Like, you really need to have, as sad as it sounds, the first 2 hours have got to be incredibly solid so people can't Steam refund you. That's just the reality of games these days. Okay, that was 2 out of 3. There's one over here. I think we are gonna stop there. I'm that broke. We need thousands of spirit stones, and this is a guaranteed. These guys that are underwhelmed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they still only have 3 abilities, whereas I get 4. So they go exhausted, and we get an extra attack every round, basically. So big advantage for fighting above their realm. Okay, next, let's go make our delivery. Okay, new events. We have one in the village here. We have one in the mine. And we have one at the outpost. I think those are all my friends, I want to say. Is my house done yet? You drop the package off at the servants at the elder's home, receiving an inscribed slip in return. All right, my house done. Hey. Ah, Xiaoqi, good to see you. You'll be pleased to know your house is finally complete. Quite the masterful repair they have done as well, if I do say so myself. The village owes you a great debt, and I'm sure that they'll be glad to have you back. May the ancestors watch over you. Are you holding like a random, like, stone pie cone? What is that? Okay, cool. Heaven touched house. You rebuilt your rebuilt childhood home. The tribulation that marked you as a cultivator has left its mark on the house as well, and ki wells up from the interior in quantities far beyond that of the rest of the village. Ki destiny, 64 per day. The ki that can be gained per day meditating here can be increased by collecting more trophies, upgrading the meditation chamber ki density formation, and increasing your ki absorption, currently 64 per day. So if we meditate here, we could get that. We have a trophy cabinet with our 1 trophy, the ki tree clipping. Okay, not much I can say about that. We do know these 2, we need to get the talismans for that, and I was just too broke last time we had an opportunity. These, I believe, are from winning the festival fights. We really need the celestial one to come up. That's really our only one we have a hope of winning at the moment. Okay, a storage chest. I don't know why I would want to store things. I don't know why I would want to store things at the moment. So far, I don't think we have limited inventory. A cleansing chamber that removes buffs. I don't see why I would want to lose my buff, even if it's not doing anything. Okay, we don't need to meditate for ki. We're actually over-keyed at the moment. Have I sold my treasures? Not recently, but I totally could. Let's see what we got. Sell all treasures. 10,000, so not much, unfortunately. One of the hallmarks of a good cultivation novel, that you have to continuously be poor, because no matter how much money you make, there's something more expensive that you need now. It's like real life. Okay, done. We could do the request board while we're here. We have a couple months until the beast wave. Yeah, let's grab these. Spirit stones, and spirit stones. All right, so we have 1 here. What was the last one? Okay, this one is in the Moor. Ancestral Burrow. Okay, double in the Ancestral Burrow. Okay, we'll do this one first. Just before facing off against the Alpha, you're stopped by a hand on your shoulder. It's Ziliang grinning at you. All right, buddy. Let's do it. I knew you were a good investment. You've won a couple festival tournaments and didn't get them. I suspect it's a challenge that has spirit root requirements. Ah, that could be too. It's not from the fights, it's from getting the correct stats. Ah, okay. Yeah, we saw that one. There was one where, like, it was based on my blood roots, and we had to try to, like, flick a blood drop into the thingamabobber. Again, Celestial's the only one I have any major amounts of. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Can we talk to you while we're in the same place? Because you probably are ready to be a good friend. Apparently you're not actually here. Okay. Next, we'll get our money here. And I just clicked explore, not going after what I think we actually needed. All right, well, we'll beat up a ghoul. That's all right. Making some pills for cash. Okay, we might consider that. 0, 20, and 50 are the 3 challenges. Okay. I think we're at like 30 something for Celestial. I might be wrong about that. Okay, let's actually do what we need to be doing here. All right. Restless Ancestor. Come here, buddy. We're above realm, so this isn't going to be difficult. Yeah, unfortunately, for stream, I don't mind the game itself, but unfortunately for stream, we're in one of those points where we just need to do a little bit of grinding. We just need currency more than anything else. Storage is meant to help you organize, not inventory size. Pretty much you put things in you want to see. I appreciate not having to fiddle with inventory. I don't mind inventories, but it's not exactly engaging, especially if it's a game with really, really tight inventories and you're just constantly shuffling. Buying out the fruit vendor at the festival helps. Yeah, but I would need money to do that, is the thing. We're just poors. We are so poor. All right. Cha-ching. All right, let's get out of there. All right, we need to make a little bit of a strategic choice here. I guess we have several months until the Beast Wave. I would like to be here when it starts so that we can do it and that one. For now, let's go turn in those missions. Ima is at 9 Mountain Sect. Okay, that actually is vaguely useful. Hey, talk to me. Xiaoqi, I did it! You're looking at a newly broken through Meridian opening cultivator, Ima says, with a wide smile and a flourish. Thank you for helping me along the way. You're a good friend. If there's anything I can do to help, just ask. I'm always willing to help. Yeah, no problem. We can't seek danger here, apparently. Maybe we'll team up with her again. Let's see what we're actually gonna do. Our bully's here. He's one half step above us. I don't want to beat him up again. All right, well, either way, I got to go in here to turn in. You're simply minding your own business when a sneering voice comes from behind. Well, look who it is. The little disciple crawling with pockets full of spirit stones. Of course, you'll be wanting to support your seniors some of that. No. Oh, now, we can't have that. Disrespecting your seniors is disrespecting the sect. And that's unacceptable. I, Xiaoqian, shall beat some manners into you. All right, well, at least I'm in better way than I was before, although I don't have any of my juice. All right, he's only a half step above us. I'm feeling less bad about that. We have some healing. All right. Is the moon stronger than the clouds? We shall find out, shall. The base price to buy everything at the festivals is 13.5k stones. Okay. He is already at maximum scaling, whereas I am climbing. Are we getting through? We are getting all the way through his barrier. I think we're gonna win this, actually. I will have to potion or pill, but that's fine. It's what they're there for. We want the good one. Or maybe not. Okay, give me another. Oh, I'm out of the good ones. Oh no. We gotta cook, guys. We gotta cook. Well, shoot, we're not gonna win that. I didn't realize we were that low on the potions. That's a little bit of a rip. Oh man, we were so close too. If that had been an actual correct realm pill. Oh, so close too. I'm gonna do it anyways because I'm stubborn. Even if it's not gonna matter. It's the principle. Oh, we had the right pills. He's middle. Yeah, I did see that. I can definitely fight up half a step. You fall before him. Then maybe then maybe that lesson will sink in. I'll be collecting my teaching fee. 4,000 stones. I'm gonna pluck 4,000 hairs out of your eyebrows next time, buddy. Well, that was a good chunk of what we just earned. Just say no to bullies. All right, well, is what it is. Let's turn in what we have. 600 sect favor. All right, and we're just literally gonna take everything we think we can do. Talisman blank 2. I'll take it, but we might not be able to do that yet. Healing pills 2, recuperation pills, Radiscar, and a, what are you, a pearl rose? I don't know where that is, but I'll accept it. Okay, recipe that I still really would like. Oh no, we have the bottle. Okay. Did P-Lip give me the bottleneck pill recipe? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't have this, because didn't I say I needed the Sect to buy that? All right, well, if we have that, Talisman blank 2 is something we need for a turn-in. Let's buy that. All right, we're out of Sect favor again. Let's see what we can cook up here. We also could turn in healing pill 2s. Material. Right, you. Okay, we know we can complete a 700. We probably can't perfect it at the moment, but we should be able to just complete it. All right, let's do it. We have plenty of supplies. We can do 3 crafts if we need to. Pearl roses from the garden. Okay. Hopefully I'm growing some then. That's all I can say about that. All right, we're imbalanced and we're heading into a perfect. I would like to get our buff up for that. Yeah, I think I would like to get my buff up for that. Okay, so we're in harmonious. We'll pop harmonious refine. Now that we're back to balance, we'll go back to gentle stabilize. And we have 2 and then a decrease in key control. I probably need to focus on just the completion to get us started. To that end, this one gives intensity. So let's do that. That gives me a buff to intensity. Simple fusion. Okay, that was control. I should have checked that beforehand. If resistance can be either control or intensity, it would be nice if the icon or the color was a little different, so you don't have to mouse over it to tell which is which. Maybe I just haven't noticed that properly. Okay, we're at 25. We're imbalanced. We got a ways to go. If I buff now, we could use it up. I think I will. And I want to buff. No. Yeah, I want to buff intensity. All right, just simple fusion. Simple fusion. Okay, we have 2 stacks left. So I should use a harmonious action here. I think I want key. Or we could do a harmonious. If I do the harmonious, then we have to do a force stabilize, and then we're basically just done. So I think we'll take the key. We'll do the stabilize. All right, we have 61 left. We are complete, and we just need more perfection. We're resistant right now, so that's kind of pointless. Does anyone know on these delayed abilities, does the stats affecting this, like if I was to do this right now because I'm resistant, would this be debuffed? Or does it take effect when it actually turns on? Yeah, I'm not even sure how far that delays now that I'm looking at that. In 1 stack of delayed refined, after 4 actions, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, so it would pop out right here. All right, I can only do 5. I can afford 3 simple refines. I guess we just skip a turn. Simple. Simple. Wait. Harmonious. We have 1 stability left, and I have just enough to do 1 more simple refine. Hey, look at that. We got lucky. We got really lucky. Correct. I don't know what the correct was referring to. Pretty sure it typically snapshots when you press it. All right, that's the info I need. Hey, Shinosuke. Hey, Babel, can't stick around. Just saw you were live. Wanted to say hi. Well, good evening. Probably leave the video streaming while I'm out so you can get the watch time. Well, I appreciate it, man. Have a good trip while you're out. Okay, major win on that lucky. We got really lucky. We were not very perfect on that one. Free crafting skill also is pretty useful. Okay, so that was 1 turn in. Let me just double check myself here. Yep. Okay, healing pill. We need 3 healing pill 2s. And I could use some of those for myself. So let's see if we can make some of those. Healing pill 2. Okay, we can make several of these. I've not done this craft before. This is way easier than what we just did, so we should be just fine. All right, we're imbalanced. We're going into a harmonious. Let's immediately pop. I think I want the control buff for this. We'll do control buff. We'll hit a harmonious. Okay, then we'll gently stabilize. Actually, I should have used 1 more of my buff. I wasted a buff there. All right, again, we're going into a buff. This time around, let's get the intensity going. Yeah, give me the intensity. We'll do a harmonious fusion. That just finishes it. Okay. That's not what I was expecting, but okay. I should have looked at those numbers a little closer. That's fine. All right, so... Oh, actually, it still stays up here. It's not going to be useful, but this isn't actually on a timer. I just have it up. Okay, that's actually really handy. That's something good to notice. But we don't need any more of it. That was overdone. Okay, I guess we do a simple refine here. I think I want the buff, even though it's a little bit weird because we've already done with our completion. Is that worth it? 40%? I don't actually think that's worth it. No, it's probably better I just use this. And then our harmonious. Ooh. Perfection by 84 is not going to take us to 400. So I think I actually need to siphon the key. This is a little awkward. All right, go down. This is really awkward. I want to do a force stabilize, but that's not actually going to do anything. I should just spam refines. Refine, refine, and refine. Okay, we got lucky there. I messed that one up a couple different ways, but we got lucky again. All right, we need a few of these. There we go. Okay, regen pills 2. These are more efficient for toxicity. And we have the materials. Let's try this too. Okay, we're imbalanced and we're going into a bad key intensity. So that means we are going to want to do a perfection right here. That means let's actually get ourselves gentle stabilized now. And while we're resistant to intensity, we will refine. Okay, we're back to normal. Is it worth... I'm questioning these buffs. I think these are worth it, but maybe not. I guess every time I don't have to use an ability, it saves stability, but this uses stability too. 80%, no, a 40% bonus. I mean, a 40% bonus is quite a bit over here. Okay, but we also have this harmonious coming up, and this gives completion. So let's actually just do simple fusion. Then let's do a... I am really hemming and hawing on that. I think we're gonna go for the completion. We'll do a cycle refine. Do a simple refine, and then on the harmonious, 423 finishes us up. A little bit of overflow, but not too bad. We have 103 left, which is tons. All we need to do is a bunch of refines. I think we could just straight up just power through the refines here. A harmonious, maybe not. 3 more uses. I'm not going to be able to afford to forcefully stabilize if I do this. I need to be using these delays. I need to stop messing around and not using these. Let's pop one here and see what it does. So, the little harmonious. Which one are you? Key intensity, that's fine. So then simple. After 4 actions. So this should go off. I'm not sure that actually went off, but again, we got lucky. Man, we are on quite a luck here. All right, give me a couple of these. Okay. All right, was there anything else I needed to craft? Talisman blanks, healing pills, recuperation pills. Okay, we already have some of those. Okay, go to the outpost, go to the outpost, go to the outpost. Okay, guys, I think we need to go to the outpost. All right. Hey, friend, you want to team up? You want an adventure with you? Sure, I'd love to. Lead on. Okay. Before we actually head out, though, hang on. Let me look at that breakthrough pill. Okay, we could make one attempt. I think we do. I use the... Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, Kung. Do I remember you? Vaguely. House of Legends, if I remember right. I hope I'm in the correct realm. Something over the summer, if memory serves me. Okay, let's make an attempt here because I really would like to do this breakthrough. We're almost maxed out on key, and I don't want to waste it. All right. Be lucky, please. All right, right off the bat, we have a low-intensity action. So let's immediately do a gentle stabilize. This is really powerful. Okay, I don't want to do completion. So I would like to do... probably just a simple refine here. We could also do a delayed refine. Okay, so this is an easy comparison, so because they both cost 18. So this one would give me 29 perfection. This one would give me 43. I mean, that's just way better. And in addition, it only costs 6 stability compared to the 10 over here. So I should pop that. Okay. And in fact, that actually made me not lose any stability with this buff up. We lost 5, but then it restored 5. So that's interesting. Okay, we have another key intensity reduction. I think we're going to use our other delayed. Let's do our delayed fusion. And again, we're still at maximum stability. I gotta watch my key here, though. Okay, I don't want to do intensity here. That is really annoying. All right, so I'm gonna have to do a simple refine right there. Do we go for a buff on it? We could. That's this one. No. This one. All right, let's do it. So we have 2 buffs here. 1. I don't have to use it now, actually. We did learn that this is not on a timer. We're in a balance at the moment. I guess let's get our other buff up too. I don't know why in my head I had it that these had to be used instantly. They really don't. Let's get that buff up. All right, one of our intense or our delayed ones just went off. Another delayed refine, which is extra perfection. Let's do that. These are way more efficient than what I was doing before. I need to make sure we're spamming those. So another delayed fusion sounds like it's a good idea. And we'll see if it actually eats one of my buffs. Okay, it did. That makes me think that it does snapshot wherever we use it. The fact that that ate that up. All right, we're in harmonious. We get 333 completion. So that'd be 600, 715. So we need a little bit more completion to be done. We are a little on the bad side of E. We could siphon here. I don't think siphon's the answer on this one. I think we do a harmonious here. And then let's put our buff up. And this is going to give us enough completion that when that pops, that will finish us up. And then we do simple, simple. That did not finish us up. Okay, I miscounted that. That's okay though, I think. I hope. Okay, yes. We got it done. We did not luck out on that one, but we did get it done. That's okay, we don't need a perfect one for this one. That was way closer than I wanted it to be. All right, let's do that breakthrough. You use the completion delayed one. The delays are the most efficient. Yeah, I definitely need to be spamming those. It consumes the buff. Yeah, but my question, DW, that I'm still not certain on. Let's say I'm in harmonious when I start the delayed. Do I get the bonus for being in harmonious? Or do I waste that because it doesn't go off for 4 turns? That's what I'm not certain on yet. Okay, this is super helpful because now we have some extra key intensity, some extra key control for our crafting stats. Extra power, artifact power, barrier's kind of whatever, HP's good. All right, and we actually are ready for the next breakthrough pill. I think I would need to juice. I would need to be able to buy some crafting potions if we were going to actually be able to make that. So we need to go finish some sect missions. Let's go do that. So we could stop here. All right, how many do we need to kill? What? Not you. You. We need to kill 3 Radiscars. Oh, and Leander did tell me that when you have a mission to kill something, you have 4 times the normal chance to find it. So it does actually take that into account. I missed something here. You're walking towards the crossroads when you spot a familiar flash of red hair in the distance. Aimee is crouched behind a rock, staring at a hillside, completely oblivious to your approach. You step forward and greet her. Shh, get down, she says in a loud whisper, gesturing with her hands. You'll spook them. Spook who? Aimee gestures to the hillside. Radiscar nest, just over there. There's an alpha leading him that's spitting out babies like there's no tomorrow. That's a visual. And it's getting to a dangerous level. Xidian Outpost put out a bounty on its head. The alpha just entered, so I think it's about ready to take them. Do you fancy fighting alongside me? Yeah, let's do it. I knew I could count on you. I'll take the alpha, you keep the rest of the pack off my back. Deal. Let's hit them before they know it. Excellent. The perfect amount for me to finish my quest. Yeah, these are just body forgers. We should be able to rip through these pretty easy. You could use some key boost to booster your craft skills. Is there a way that I can get my crafting key higher? Is that something I missed somewhere? Yeah, hit him with the old moonbeam, buddy. Excellent. +1 approval. When the last horde falls, you turn to Aimee, standing over the corpse of the alpha, a triumphant smile on her face. What a fight! You were amazing, Xiaoqi. Quite the dependable ally. Here's half the reward. Now, I'd best get to them before it starts to stink too much. Yeah, okay, no problem. That should have finished our quest. Yep, and here's the new hand-in button. Again, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I have flashbacks to me counting throne points on Friday over and over again. Okay, that's all we can do here. Let's go turn in. And there you go. Here's your talismans to the rude guy. Here's your healing pills to the polite girl. And the recuperation pills to her again. While we are here, let's check the bounty board. We're just going to take whatever it is. Okay, what else do we have? Hand in, hand in, hand in, hand in. Okay, we can do the Radiscar as we go by. I think we're going to go hand into the Sect, because I need Sect points more than I need the money at the moment. First Mountain, Forge Spirit wants to say something. Ziling is at the crystal. That is what that is. Okay, we have Beast Wave next month, though. Okay. Everyone's just fighting to have their turn. Yeah, that's what I said too, Yasha. I didn't feel it. I'll be honest, I didn't feel it, but I have no reason not to believe him. You have a whole new tier you can get since you are a MO now. They're talking about mastering the crafting. Okay, we fiddled with that a little bit, I thought, but maybe I need to go back and check that. Okay, let's grab the stones. You should craft a talisman 2 for yourself. The problem is I just need more Sect to be able to afford things. That's my problem at the moment. I need to buy all those recipes. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, it's P-Lip. Hey, what's up, buddy? What do you want me to do? Clothing blank. Sure. All right, let's do it. Okay, we're imbalanced and we're immediately heading into our harmonious. Honestly, I think we're gonna do gentle. We'll do a well, hold on. This would be a good opportunity to test. Or would it? 57. The intensity by 50%. Okay, we're gonna try this. So this is claiming it's gonna give us... That's not the right one. This one is claiming 366. Okay, that is getting a bonus because it was 330 something last time we looked at it. Although we leveled up since then, so maybe my numbers are off. Then again, this also does 333. So maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe it is worth it to pop this. And then we do our delayed fusion. But before we do that, let's get the buff. Then let's do our delay. What are you bad at? Key intensity. Yeah, let's do one simple fusion. Okay, you will finish it off. So we're done with that. Now we just want perfection. We're resistant to intensity. That's totally fine. I don't need this. No, increase completion by 122. Okay, that definitely said it was 300 something when we were on Harmonious. So maybe it's not doing that. That would explain why last time I thought we were going to finish and then we didn't either. If you get your better crafting set, learn some new recipes with checking the crafting hall each month and perfect crafting. Yeah. This uses way too much of my brain power when I'm streaming. I'm sure I could figure this out a lot easier if I wasn't trying to multitask here. But yeah, that definitely said 360 something. And that's why I thought this was going to finish. And now it's not saying that. Okay, well, I can't do key intensity things at the moment anyways. All right, I guess we will do this one then. And then that lets me do double refines here. And then it did it. Okay. So I think it did give me the 300, but the tooltip was wrong. Because I added 70 something there, so we should have still been short. I think the buff might be reflecting that you're currently resistant. Okay. If I had the delay go off when I am resistant, would it take effect though? I'm not sure if we're snapshotting, basically. That's what I need to know. Are we snapshotting, or do I need to try to land it on a good one? I feel like this is not telegraphed very well. And if it is snapshotting, then it shouldn't change based on this. It should be whatever it's snapshotted. Yeah, especially when it's important to count the numbers correctly, because I did an action that wasted because we didn't need that, because that did complete us. Okay, it's not the end of the world. We are 3. Yeah, if I could get 3 more key, then we could still do forceful stabilizes. That would actually be kind of handy. Okay, resistant to key intensity. I think we're just gonna make a bum rush up simple refines. I guess we could do a delayed refine. That's fine. Key intensity. That's fine. All right, we succeeded, but didn't perfect it. Yeah, I think my stats are just a little low for what we're trying to do here. Okay, you. Now, where is this? Hang on. Turn in all button. Here we are. Hand in 4 sect missions. Again, great improvement. Great improvement. Yes. 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 We like that. We like that a lot. That's so much better than having to click every individual one. Okay, while we are here, though, what else can we pick up? A Juan Bian. Ooh. Large flocks of Xian Bian nesting in the Ascent threatens the supply lines to Falling Star Observatory. I vaguely know from some patch notes we can learn something there. Head over to the Ascent and call their numbers. I don't know where that is, but we'll accept it. All right, so what do we have? Mines. You are where? The Moor. Somebody said that's the garden. Yeah, we have 2 out of the 3. And the Ascent. Okay. Oh, we need to stop at our garden. All right, let's do that quick. All right, give me the stuff. All right, we need a pearl. Oh, and would you look at that? 11 days remaining. Dang it. so close yet so far away. Okay, so we have 4 whatever soils, which is letting me lesser spirit grass. Oh, I see. You yield higher. Sure. I guess. I'm not sure exactly which ones I need. Okay, we only have 7 of those. We have 0 spirit. Okay, we can grow spiritual. I don't think I want to do those yet. I think we need flash blooms for the flares, and we need pearl rose for something else. So either way, I need to do this. Let's actually do a few of these. And then we have 6 of those soils. We'll do 2 of those and 2 of those. There we go. Okay, it is the 10th day. We have the beast wave next month. While we're here. Shui bloom. I have 33 of those. I don't think I need that anymore at the moment. Okay, I do want to try to catch these beast waves, so I think we're gonna just head to the outpost. Day 21, unfortunately. We've already accepted what we can accept. 8 days. 7 days. I want to go somewhere, do something, and then come back. I guess we could go here, then there, do their beast wave, and then fly back here. Maybe that'll work. Try to be efficient. The Ascent, that's a trip. I don't even know where that is. I assume it's further east, I hope. Have we checked the main mission? I could double check it. I need the breakthrough pill number 2 plus version. That's the next progression piece I can do at the moment. And to do that, I need some Sect influence, so I can probably buy like 1 potion. 1 potion would probably let me finish it. Thank you, GW. Yeah, I want to say it is snapshotting, but the buff itself is making a call to the current stats, and the buff is changing. Because, I mean, you guys saw me do the math. The 300 was going to finish the craft. Then it showed it was going to do 100, which wouldn't finish the craft. Then I added 70, which still wouldn't have finished us, but then it finished anyways. So I'm pretty sure the 300 went off. I guess I could have opened the log. Maybe that would have helped. I should have thought about that. Creature falls before us. Yep. Give me the monies. Okay, now... Day 28. So if we fly over here, it'll be next month. Beast wave. All right. Let's do it. It's a motley assortment of cultivators that faces down the beast wave on the outskirts of the village. Much of the village income has been set aside to attract strong fighters to protect it each year. The proximity to both the plains and the moor, making the wave especially threatening. You look to your side, and Zhuangfu and a number of other villagers stand, holding rented artifacts, and their faces set with determination to defend their home. Xiaoqi, I'm glad you've chosen to stand with us. Having one of our own protect the village gives us hope. Fenghu says, the others around him nodding and smiling in your direction. You smile back, but any further conversation is impossible. All right, join the fight. We should hopefully be able to make some moolah here. Recommend rolling the new tier of masteries on your techniques so much better. Okay, yeah, that's definitely something we should do. We are like overkeyed at the moment. Tant says, Insomnia, we meet again. Yeah, hello, Insomnia, my old friend. Well, I'm glad you made it here, Tant, even if you should be sleeping. Use the intensity reagent and disciplined touch. The completion and perfection action scaled by intensity. The only issue I had to buy the ore to make it. I assume reagents are consumables, right? I feel pretty safe in that assumption. Okay, good. We're one-shotting already. That's a good sign. I love scaling builds in games. The only thing that would be better is if this was a dot build. A scaling dot build. Negative 30,000. Get wrecked. Reagents are special potions. Yeah, we looked at that. I don't think we actually used one, but we looked at that UI. We were in there when we were using some of the crafting potions. There may be a chance that I will, between streams, if I continue to stream, I may do a little grinding off stream. It would be nice just to make like booster potions and whatnot, rather than trying to do it when we're live. All right, one beast wave down. 3,600 stones. That's some pocket money. It's not terrible. All right, then we're gonna pop over here and we're gonna do their beast wave too. All right, we got this. Let's do it. We'll see which one we like more based on the money. It's probably the other one. The tier 2 one adds something like 50 to intensity, which is huge. Yeah, that would be huge. It'd be nice if I had another action rather than weight. Weight feels like it's horrible. The fact that it uses 10 stability and does absolutely nothing. I find it weird that that's the same as the basic intensity action. I feel like weight should be 5 stability maybe, or it should do something. Give you a little bit of a buff to your next action or something, like a rested buff or something. I don't know, it feels very strange. It may just be the way the system works, which is totally fine, but I don't know, it just feels weird to me. All right, how much you guys pay? 3,000. Okay, that actually is not terrible, considering. All right, while we're here, got any requests? Alpha and a pack. Okay, next month we have the festival. It is the Ying Maihua festival. I don't know which progenitor that is. I don't think it's Celestial. I think Celestial's towards the end of the cycle. What do you want? Impossible Standard. Aimea seems frustrated about something. We'll talk to her and see what's wrong. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the skies in hues of orange and purple, you find Aima sitting against a rock. Her usual vibrant demeanor is gone, replaced by a simmering anger, like a storm waiting to break. As you near her, you can see she is wounded, her robe stained with blood, her hands clenched in pain. Damn it all, I shouldn't have messed up. I'm better than this, she stutters softly to herself before swallowing another pill. You all right? Aima shrugs. I'll be fine once the pill kicks in. Oh no, she's a pill popper too. It's nothing life-threatening. I made a mistake and an alpha got me good. It even got away after, which really pisses me off. Leaning back against the rock, she lets out a long sigh. I'm supposed to be the strong one, the adventurer, the fighter, yet here I am, beaten by a mere beast. Her voice trembles as she speaks. You're not weak, simply facing these beasts is more than most could do, or every cultivator faces setbacks along their path. What matters is that we learn and grow. Yeah, learn and grow. She gives a weak smile. Thank you. I know that deep down, but I always feel I can do more. I should do more. Sitting beside her, you place a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Aimee looks at you, then lets out another heavy sigh. Her features softening as you penetrate the walls of frustration she built around herself. It's just hard. I've always prided myself on my strength and resilience, and to feel that slip away is disheartening. What am I if not strong? What value do I have if not to fight? You should try taking a nap. A power nap. You are Aimee, that's enough. She lets out a little laugh and bumps her shoulder into you. Fine, I guess that will have to do for now. She raises her hand to the sky, clenches it as if capturing the sun. But I will work even harder from now on, push myself further. Then one day I will be the strongest. Turning to look at you, she smiles, her usual brightness shining through once more. What a great friend like you by my side. How could it not be? Aimee relationship goes from friend to close friend. Now, I should get to the healer before I ruin these robes any further. Thank you for the talk, Xiaoqi. You're welcome. Yep, that's cool. All right, anything we can do? We already picked up what we have. Okay, it's day 18. How long is it going to take me? Okay, that would tick over the month. I think I'm just going to let the month tick over. I don't want to miss this by chance. Okay, we have the festival. That was fun. Come find me when you want to raise more hell. Can do. All right, festival. Okay, we know a bit about how this goes. Let's start with the food stall. You find yourself drawn to the food stalls where the air is thick with the smells of sizzling meat and the sounds of bubbling oil. The spice lets out from the myriad blazing woks burns at your eyes, yet the scent of the food is so potent your mouth cannot help but water. Xiaoqi, freshly grilled meat, hot and juicy. Come, try some. Just 500 spirit stones a skewer. The vendor shouts from your side, gesturing at a girdle piled high with skewers of meat, each coated with a glistening golden glaze. I'll have one. You hand over the spirit stones, the vendor hands you a skewer of meat, still sizzling and steaming. The first bite is a burst of flavor, the meat tender and juicy, the glaze sweet and spicy. You finish it in moments, find yourself wanting more. A feeling of tingling power rushes through you, sending a shiver down your spine. You feel invigorated as if you could take on the world. You gain 365 Xiaoqi Skewer, which is fist boost. Has a kick, doesn't it? That's the Ying Maihua Spice Blend, guaranteed to give your fist techniques a real boost. I wish you luck in the tournament, young one. With your belly full and your spirits bolstered, you head back to the festival. We'll check out the performance. You find yourself drawn to the small stage where a lore master is preparing a tale of Ying Maihua, the progenitor of Fist. Finally, the wrinkled old man steps forward, his eyes glittering with wisdom that seems to reach back centuries. He gestures dramatically, clears his throat, and begins to recite with a voice resonating with power. In the time when the 9 mountains had not yet risen, when the key of the world was still untamed, there lived a young maiden named Ying Maihua. She was a fierce spirit and quick of mind, yet her martial prowess was yet to bloom. Life was difficult in those times. The beasts were larger than those we face, more ferocious, more hungry, and the people struggled to find a way they could survive. Ying Maihua was no different. She journeyed far and wide, searching for any sign of a way to overcome the horrors that her people had to face. The techniques of the ancestors of those times, Blood and Blossom, they did little in face of the explosive power of beasts threatening the people held. It was during that journey that Ying Maihua came across a great battle between 2 spirit beasts, a worm tiger with scales that gleamed like molten gold, and a colossal sea with fangs sharper than the beast-honed blade. The earth trembled beneath their might, and the air crackled with power as the beasts clashed. Now, Ying Maihua was clever. She knew that only by studying the world around her could she gain power. So, in face of this titanic struggle that would have sent any lesser cultivator fleeing, she sat down, and she watched, and she studied. In those moments of quiet yet keen observation, she made a breakthrough. For the first time in her life, she saw the essence of combat, the dance of life and death, and the key that flowed through all beings. The lore master's voice wavers through the air, transporting you to a place far back in time that words do not exist to describe it. The audience leans in, captivated by the tale unfolding before them. You lean in with them. With this reservation, Ying Maihua begins her journey to create the fist techniques. She practiced tirelessly, channeling her ki she had witnessed in that fateful battle, honing her body and spirit to match the beast's strength. From the worm tiger, she took its golden power and flowing movement. From the colossal sea, she took its mountain-shattering strength, and step by step, she began to fuse them together. Those techniques would form the basis of the art she would go on to use to dominate the realm. The golden tiger fist, the mountain crash, the rending claw, each a testament to the power of the beasts she had witnessed, and the power she had taken from them, the strength that ruled unparalleled for aeons. Now, though she had long since ascended, part of her still persists in the techniques shards that we all use in the movements that we practice. In the spirit of the fist art, she lives on, and in the hearts of those who seek to follow in her footsteps, she will never die. As the lore master's tale reaches the climax, the crowd erupts into applause. He gives a bow, and takes off. All right, we will visit the parade. You find yourself swept up in the great parade, a riot of color and sound that winds its way through the village. Dancers in elaborate costumes twirl and leap, musicians play on every corner, and the air is filled with the scent of incense and flowers. The people around you cheer and clap, their faces alight with excitement and joy. You move with the crowd, eventually arriving in the village square. Here, a stage has been erected, where a constant stream of dancers and performers perform the great dance known as the Tiptoeing Over the Waves, an intricate performance detailing Ying Maiha's most famous battle, her crash against the star horror above the Jiaodong Sea. As dancers whirl on and off the stage, clad in alternating gold of Ying Maihua and the black of Star Horror, the square fills with ki. It sends a tingle down your spine as you watch the performance detail the great progenitor of fist arts contending with the eldritch beast, dancers clashing into one another again and again and again. The ki in the air goes thicker and thicker until it feels like you could reach out and touch it. You absorb a lot of ki. With a bow of respect to the performance and the lost woman whose tale it tells, you leave the square and return to the festival. Okay, let's visit the fruits stall next. All right, lady, I need your fruits. We will... I guess we buy them. Like, we can afford it. All right. Hopefully that's an investment. And now we can try the Striking Dragon Challenge. You find yourself drawn in an arc to the large wooden dummies, each painted with a snarling dragon. The crowd is gathered around, watching as challenger after challenger lines up to try their hand at knocking them down. The air is filled with the sound of fists striking wood and the cheers of the crowd as each dummy falls to the ground. I should eat the fruits. Pro tip, appreciated. We should probably eat the fruits. Where are my 20 fruits? Thanks for the pro tip. I'm very glad this game lets you go into menus when you're in the middle of events. Very annoying when games don't let you do that. Step right up, test your strength against the striking dragon, and win a prize if you knock it down. Spirit fruits and fist crystals for all who succeed. And a special prize for one who can knock down all three in a single strike. Just 2,000 spirit stones. Uh-oh. Do I have 2,000 spirit stones left? I do, okay. Alright, so we would need 50. So yeah, the earlier thing was, I think it was 0, 20, 50, and that is correct. So we can at least do the second one. Try your luck at felling 2 dummies. You lose 2,000 spirit stones. You hand over the spirit stones, step up to the first 2 dummies. They are large, solid things marked with dents of countless blows, but still standing strong. Stopping before them, you take a deep breath. Your punch will have to penetrate through the first and into the second if you're about to fell them both. Then, when you are ready, you strike with all your strength. The impact slams the first dummy, sending it flying backwards. Continues into the second with a crash. The second dummy sways back before toppling onto the ground with a reverberating boom. The crowd cheers and you step back, a smile on your face for victory. Well done, well done. You felled 2 in a single punch. Most impressive. A prize for your achievement, the man says, pressing a pouch in your hand. Enjoy the festival. Good luck in the tournament. So we got 5 fruits and 2 technique shards. Or crystals, actually, not shards. Yeah, that's fair enough, I suppose. With a smile on your face, the taste of victory and your sweet in your mouth, you head back to the throng of the festival. I don't think we have a chance in the festival. I'm not even sure it's going to be worth my money to enter. Let me look. Yeah, we have none of the tier 2 techniques. We don't have tier 2 gear. I guess we could give it a try. Let's dump this one. All right, so we would want 2 things here. Okay, we could do seal meridians. We'll probably set that up on a second one. Yeah, we'll probably set that up on a second one. So for the first one, let's go for a meteor kick. So to do that, we'll do an advancing fist, we'll do a crane stance, and a meteor kick. Actually, no. We'll do 2 fists, a crane stance, and a meteor kick. So that's going to leave us with 1 extra flow. And then we will add another stance. So we have 1 flow right now. We'll do visualize success. I think we're going to seal their meridians. Ripple force. I think it's probably... I don't have the flow for that. We would have to get another fist in there. We could do that and just buff up really heavily. If we're gonna do that though, I think we should start there. Something like that maybe. You could create a whole new style. Oh, I have not caught on to that. Oh, is that gonna be, that's gonna be up here. Create a new style. Okay. Good to know. I'm not gonna, I already fiddled with this, so I will do that next time. Okay, so basically we want to do 3 and then 4 and just rotate between those 2. All right, we'll give it a try. The worst that happens is we lose. I'll give it a miss this year. All right, we'll give it a try. We're under equipped for this. All right, only fist techniques. Yeah. I'm not gonna cheat. The ability to create new schools, new styles occurred to me, so now I have 1 free sheet. Yeah, I should totally do that. That makes sense because you're gonna want to do these tournaments every year or so. Okay, buddy. Bad luck to my opponent. Or I'm losing ever so slightly, I would say. Ever so slightly. All right, so this is kind of my debuff buff round. You were doing all kinds of weird things. Iron skin. Bunch of defense. Okay. So he went with more defense, I went with more offense. Honestly, unless he has something else that's stacking, I think we can win if we use pills. We're both maintaining some barrier, although he breaks my barrier. Oh, he broke my... Nope, he had something that was scaling. Never mind. All right, well, we pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen. All right, that's all right. We tried our best. Okay, and we'll talk to him since we're here. What do you need? Overcoming obsessions. Zelian is getting overwhelmed by his perceived obligation to the villages he's villaged. Talk to him and offer some advice. You see Zelian looking frustrated with a troubled look on his face. He doesn't notice you approach, so you silently sit down next to him. Are you alright? Oh, Xiaoqi, I didn't notice you walk up. I guess my head's a little fogged of late. I've got too much to handle. I've countless requests for help and too many people I consider friends begging me to guard their caravans. I can't keep up and I'm lost. I'm worried I'm letting them down. Zelian looks up and you can see his eyes are sunken and his hair is disheveled. You worked hard, very hard. I really respect your efforts, but I also believe you're spread too thin. Or you've got power and means. Have you considered granting the resources to them instead of forcing yourself to do the hard people? No. You worked hard, very hard, and I really respect your efforts, but I believe you spread yourself too thin. He sighs and lowers his head. I've thought a lot about this, and I wouldn't be so stuck if the choice was so easy. Don't be fooled by those with greed. Except for Babel, you should listen to him. Your true friends would be understanding. They wouldn't blame you and put guilt on you. As I've grown stronger, they become more dependent on me, but I don't want to believe they're using me. I think it's time I start letting them handle themselves more. The further I travel my own path, the more companions will dwindle and heavens are truly cruel. At the very least, I hope we can continue working together as long as we can. We became close friends. We'll advance and retreat together. Your attitude and loyalty have really impressed me. Yeah, actually. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Thank you, Xiaoqi. That's put me at ease somewhat. I feel refreshed now. I appreciate the talk, Xiaoqi. I've got a little bit of thinking to do, but this has shed some light. No problem, man. You do you. All right. While we're here, anything I need to do? Sure. Yep. We need that cash. How are we doing? Okay. Doing just fine. Okay, okay, we don't know where that Star Academy place is. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's past the Ascent. So yes, we kind of do. What are you? Oh, we are in the middle. I don't think I want to push that far at the moment, though. I think I'd rather focus on getting our late breakthrough, because then we could get into the mines, and then we could get the stuff we need for an actual breakthrough. So I think we're going to focus on that somewhat. We will stop at the moor, though. I think we have 2 things to clear out here. Let's take out the alpha. Hey, friend. Okay, yeah, we are definitely feeling that power boost we've been getting. Okay, cool. Yep. Good job, team. Okay, just to double check, we do need more, right? We're ready to hand that one in. That's the Ascent, so no. Oh, maybe we are done here. Forest, Crossroads, Forest, Plains, Burrow. Okay, we are done here. All right, Plains. Okay, I think these are different than before, too. These have more of a bull appearance. The other one had more of a boar appearance. I like the colors. A little more distinct. All right, chomp our way through this pretty effectively. Easy peasy. All right, and the next one is in the Burrows. Do that too. Yeah, we need so much money. Buying crafting supplies, buying the crafting actions. I don't think spirit stones are worth it to buy Sect favor, but we also need a bajillion of that too. Okay, cool. Okay, next. Yeah, just literally ripping through these. At least these are quick. You also could speed up the combat animations if you are so inclined, for anyone watching. Especially for these low-level ones. I mean, this is pretty lickety-split. Remember how long these battles used to take us? We've come a long ways already. Yeah, I'm not sure triple barrier is going to get you where you think it's going to get you, buddy. Alright, got 4 of these to beat up. Man, that stupid bully and robbing 4,000 from me. That's so ridiculous. Like, we just made like 4,000 here. So, like, an entire, like, set of missions worth. I really hope we get to put him in his place at some point. In a more permanent manner, if you catch my drift. His older brother was that kind of cranky guy that showed us around. At least he was just a kind of a jerk, not like a complete oppressive bully. All right, done. Double check myself here. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, somebody also said double check the initial quests. Yep, we need to use our Meridian Opening Late Bottleneck. That's literally the next thing. We also have Shadows Beneath, which means go deeper in the mine. And to do that, we really need to do this. So we are good there. Apparently we could go turn in that Spirit Core 2 that we got. That wouldn't be terrible. We might do that. We might do that. Let me check my calendar. Do we have anything coming up? No. My calendar's free. All right, head over here. Let's turn in what we got. Oh my goodness, you again. Nope, you're making a huge... I will not submit. You will have to grind me into the dirt every single time. This absolute jerk. I need to do... Okay, when this fight's done, we're going to heal, and then we're going to go see if we can upgrade our abilities. I'm getting mighty sick of this guy. And I feel like if we upped our abilities, we might be able to get through here a little bit better. All right, let's get a regen going. Yeah, he's still in middle, but we're in middle now too, so now we're on a little bit more even footing. I swear clouds go higher than 10, so is he literally just not doing anything that gives him clouds? He's just relying on a talisman to start with 10. That seems like a bad idea, because if he was scaling, he could totally beat me. Yeah, look how much difference that not being below realm and having a pill makes. Okay, well that makes me feel at least a little bit better. Hopefully as we beat him, it slows down his progression. I don't know if he's just hard-coded to always be like equal or a little bit stronger than us, or if he actually has to play the game too. All right, remember, we're taking 4,000 hairs from his body. One for every spirit stone. All right, Baldy, come here. Your last blow strikes his spatial ring, a crack shattering its pristine surface and spraying items shooting out to clatter on the ground. Xiaoqi falls back with a yell, clutching his damaged ring to his chest. You gain 1 reputation. You'll pay for that. My brother will punish you. Mark my words. And with that, he flees, leaving the scattered items as a reward. We gain flares. That's actually super useful. A cloud talisman too. Yeah, see, this is what he's using. Or at least partly what he's using to get that. Blade of the Mountain. Unfortunately, that's tier 1, no use. Okay, we got our spirit stones plus interest. Excellent. All right, step 1, I'm immediately going to heal just in case he comes again. Step 2. Turn that in. Cha-ching. What else do we have? A recuperation 1 pill. We can do that. A one wee. You've switched shells. Okay, I don't know where that is. Many disciples are lost in the depths of the mine, leaving the sect uncertain of their fates. So returning their seals will allow them to update the records. Okay, we definitely want to be doing that. And a Fifth Zui on the plateau. Okay. Lots of good stuff, but things we're not going to do at the moment. Okay, let's go do updating of techniques. I keep saying I'm going to do it, we keep not doing it. We do crafting ones first. Yeah, we haven't done any of these. We did a couple of these, a couple levels. I don't remember which ones. It would be really helpful to get a little bit here, even if we just did kind of some of our base actions, like simple fusion. Yeah. 600. We don't have that much. Hang on, let me check. How much do we need for our breakthrough? 3,040. Let's make sure we keep at least that much. All right, let's do a couple here. So simple fusion. All right, so increase action critical multiplier by 40%. For this and the next action, gain heightening 5%. Crit multiplier plus 5. I don't know how often I crit, but that sounds fine. Sure. I don't think I have the... I don't want to double spend on these, so... All right, simple refine, same thing. Oh, well, here you go. Action critical multiplier by 40. Again, I don't know what my crit chance is. 10% chance to increase action control by 100%. For this in the next action, gain energizing. Makes it a little cheaper. Yeah, sure. I noticed that a skill that grants barrier, giving the shielded buff, boosts barrier effectiveness for 2 actions. That's a lovely combo. Welcome back to the game. Well, thank you, Mickey D. Energizing is good for stability actions. Yeah, I can see that. Let's go look at some combat stuff though first, and we'll see if we have spare. I want to make sure I don't go too far down here. So let's look at our techniques for Celestial. All right, now these are different because I can actually master these. That's that +5 we have on here. Okay, barrier one. This is probably one we want to do. Enhancement dust. Yeah, hold on. Let's go look at our dust options. All right, so here, combine all shards into that. All right, so the body forging. Do we have anything that doesn't have all the techniques yet? Let's get the techniques first. Unveiled lightning strike. Deals 2,500 damage repeating for every 6 clouds you have, up to 18 clouds. Yeah, if he was using stuff like that, we would be in so much more trouble. Okay, that's all the cloud techniques. This is weapon, I think. Unveiled prepare metal. Gain 1 stack of prepared metal. Okay, now we have all those. Okay, so yeah, I want to be careful that I don't convert things I don't want to convert. Okay, that gives us a whole bunch of dust. All right, now let's go out of here. Let's go back in here. Let's go back to here. Okay, this one, we use this one in both of our stances. The barrier one will also be really good. Let's level up the barrier one. I have literally no idea how far. Let's say 5. I'm just arbitrarily picking something. Attempt mastery. All right, we just gain a little extra barrier. That's not horrible. For this and the next technique, gain shielded 1% barrier effectiveness. Well, there you go. I would probably make that where I would spend my points. Cool. All right, great. Okay, Searing Lance is already at a +6. We're not currently using Sunrise. We're also not using either of these at the moment. Chilling Radiance deals 4,000, inflicts 2 stacks of Moon Chill, which lowers their power. I probably should redo my things. Yeah, like that is just an upgrade here. Well, no, I guess not, because this one is actually still giving me more moonlight. So this is making me stack faster. Hey, Gustavo, how's it going? For a long time, we didn't get to talk. Wasn't able to watch the stream. Why do we have to work? I'll second that. Why do we have to work? I would much rather stream games with you guys, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's up this one because we're using this one a lot. Okay, a chance to gain 1,000 barrier is not horrible. For this and the next technique, gain armored. Yeah, that's sure. That's fine. I would rather, yeah, have extra armor, I think. Cool. All right, we still have plenty of points left. Deal 4,100 damage, gain 2 stacks of Sun Fury. Sun Fury is extra power. for sunlight. Okay, I think we are going to buff these two, and we're going to look at changing up what we're doing. So let's go up to +5. Okay, +8. All right, we'll stop there. Okay, chance to gain a lot of barrier. For this in the next game, shielded. I mean, I guess there's no point in not spending my points. I don't love that one, if I'm being honest. This one. Just straight up gain some barrier. I prefer that better than the 10% chance. Gain armored? Sure. Alright, better than nothing. Alright, we'll stop there for now. Then let's go to our stances. Alright, let's trash these. We will fix this properly next time we have to do that. Alright. Gain 1 stack of moonlight and do some damage. Okay, let's get in and edit this one. This is going to be a little awkward. Okay, so we start with nothing. We go into Moonrise. Moonrise gives us lunar attunement. We gain a stack of moonlight. Now we have 2 stacks of moonlight. Maybe we don't need this. If we took that out. Okay, take that out. I would probably still want the barrier early. So we get our barrier up. Then we hit them with Chilling Radiance, which converts moonlight to sunlight. Maybe that's too early. Okay, maybe I do still want this in here. Extra stack, then barrier, then we convert. Now, why are you saying invalid stance? At least 1 stack of moonlight, because we've converted right here. Okay, so these two can't follow each other. All right, what if we did barrier? Okay, that works. So we get some barrier up. We blast them with our big sun attack. We also have this one. You need to be in sun to do that. Okay, we end this stance in sun. Okay, so here we are coming into this with sun. We're in sun. We could immediately do a Dawning Rage, or I don't really want to switch here. Yeah, I don't. So let's do Dawning Rage right off the bat. Dawning Rage makes us go into Moonlight. While we're in Moonlight, we add a stack of Moonlight. I think we barrier again, in all honesty. That takes us back to Sun. We really want to be in sun when we leave this mode, though. I don't have a way to stay in sun. Yeah, see, it's a little awkward with this even number. Yeah, because right here we are in... Want to alternate the buffs? Yeah. You didn't see it was better. What was better? Uh-oh. I guess... Okay, so this takes us to sunlight, which is a kind of a problem. So I think maybe we will need a third one now again. Because now we're in sunlight. We need to do something with our sunlight. It's probably just our rage here. That just hits harder. Well, no, it doesn't actually hit harder. I take that back. But it also has other effects. And then this takes us to Moonlight. I mean, I guess this is fine. I guess we could rotate back into Moonrise. Feels like it's a little bit of a waste, but I suppose it's all right. Try ending in Moonlight. Yeah, I'm trying. I just don't have I don't have the right amount of abilities. I just can't do it. We would need an odd number of abilities. Let's try this. If this doesn't work properly, we need to add a third one. I think with a third one, I could do it. This is a little awkward, but we'll try that. It's not the perfect combo. Okay. Let's try to make our breakthrough pill. So to do that, I think we need to buy something here, not you. Probably we need to have it be a plus. So probably a control pill popped at the right time and we just go ham on control. In fact, we probably want one of each, if I'm being honest. Yeah, give me one of each. That pretty much guarantees that we can finish it. Refining restoration. Refining. You're talking increase the skill restoration? I assume that's what you mean. We also could just buy it. Oh no, we need the plus version, so I guess we could not buy it. All right, let's look at... We still have a little left over here. Restoration. Oh, which one's my restoration? Stabilize... Instant restoration? Gentle stabilize... I don't think I have one. You have it in Sect exchange. Refining restoration, this one. Knowledge of how to perform refining restoration. Costs 88, gain 10 stacks of refining restoration. This action does not reduce maximum stability. Refining restoration. On refine action, restore stability by 5 and lose a stack. We can afford it. All right, I'm in. Okay, so crafting actions. No, crafting loadout. I'm not using this instant restoration like ever. Let's pull him out. Yeah, not you. We'll put you in. We'll put you in. Yeah, I think that's fine. We probably will never be able to use all three of these, so somebody is probably going to have to leave relatively soon. All right, then let's take you. Increases perfection by 3. For this and the next action, gain heightening. That does like nothing. All right, then while we're here, more heightening. All right, we're really banking on getting a crit somewhere. Let's do the other harmonious. I don't love that one. Yeah, more energizing. Okay. Between the potions and whatnot, I think we're going to be a lot better off. Let's try to make our breakthrough pill. I hope I have the stuff. I don't. I need a flaring yang bud. All right. Time out. We got to go get a flaring yang bud. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, hey, if we perfect this, I think he gives us some of the stuff. So maybe a dry run worth doing here. This game really needs tons of Sect tokens to buy stuff for upgrades. Yeah, totally. One thing I'm not doing is I'm not doing the crafting missions because I don't think it makes for a good stream, but I do think that that would be a more efficient way to play, if that makes any sense. Can't tell you how many times you've ran out of flaring yang. Oh no. Okay. Crack, crack, crunch, crunch. Do we use our items and go whole ham here? if we perfect this, he gives us the item, right? Lowers intensity. That's fine, TM. I don't want to waste my potions if he's not going to give me the item. I guess let's take this one as a dry run. Okay, so we don't want to do any intensity stuff. Let's go ahead and immediately... We'll do our gentle to start with. Yeah, so I could use both of those. Let's get our buff, I think. Your intensity. Give me the buff. All right, let's see what if I do both of these. Okay, I don't have enough key really. I would be relying on sucking the key out of this, which is fine. All right, so we did fusion. 76. Yeah, I don't think that's the way to go on this one. I also have not got my delays in here. Get that. But I've got another harmonious. Give me the points. Okay, we got both of our delays going at the moment. Completion and some cycling. Fine. Another delay. We're fine. Okay, I have 6 of these left. On refine actions, restore stability by 5. Simple fusion. Okay, I actually didn't need that, but I guess it's a moot point because waiting would be the same. We could do a harmonious. It's gonna add 76, which isn't much. Yeah, I'm not sure I can afford both of these right now. My key pool's just too low. If we could buy a key potion, though, that would do it. If this is P-Lip, the perfect craft gets you the recipe, and he gives you a set of materials. Okay. Yeah, we're probably not making it on this one. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take that, and then we're out of juice essentially. All right. Well, we got to about 50%, so there's a chance. Did not. All right, that's all right. Okay, so here, let me get my stuff. That is not what we need. Is that one I can buy? Yeah, flaring yang bud. Give me all 25 of those. All right. Yes, yes. Okay, we could do a couple attempts, although I only have enough materials to really do one. Always try for the 50-50. Yeah, I'm gonna pop the potions this time. I beat the rival, which gets you 50, and then you went to the mine and used them in a matter of minutes. Yeah, the flares seem to go relatively quickly. I think we have like 100 of them from beating him twice, so we should have a little bit of a cushion there. All right, let's do this. Okay, we're starting in a balanced, and we're heading into a harmonious. Let's assume that we're snapshotting. I would like to go whole hog on getting the perfection done early, I assume. Okay, so I kind of need to commit to doing one thing just in a row. So let's do cycling fusion. let's pop our control pill. Or do we? We could go for the harmonious fusion. I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna try to get the completion done. Let's pop our intensity pill. We'll go for the harmonious. Yeah, we even crit on that. Boom. Okay, we're probably set. We're probably set. Okay, so here we'll do a delayed refine. Let's get... I really want to make sure I use this properly. All right, cycling fusion. Gentle stabilize. Okay, we need to use this, so I need to use a refine here. Do the refine. Okay, key intensity, that's fine, TM. I gotta be careful. If I spin this, I'm not gonna have enough to be able to oh man. And then we're counting on a drain key. Oh, this did not go as clean as I thought it was going to. Okay, one action and we can do another delayed refine. I guess we just symbol fusion this. Even with that penalty, it's the same cost as waiting, so. All right, we finished it, but now we still need perfection. We could just do 3 actions. I don't think that gets us there, though. We could just spam 3 simple refines. I think we have to forcefully stabilize here. This did not go as well as I had hoped. And then we just pray that we get a siphon. Siphon's only going to get me 2 uses, though. I would do better just getting more simple refines. And this one lasts 4 actions. We're not going to get 4 actions. All right, we're just going to do the refines. Yeah, that did not turn out well. Man, our harmoniouses did not go. We got pure pity. Pure pity. That was garbage. That was garbage, Xiaoqi. Go take a nap. And no pillow. That was garbage. You do not deserve this perfect craft. I'm gonna take it, but you don't deserve it. At all. Go to your cultivation chamber and think about what you just did. Alright, we're gonna immediately break through before we get bullied again. Do not deserve this streamer luck. Yeah, there you go. I've been on a roll tonight, actually. I think we've only had 1 non-perfect craft, and none of them have been perfect crafts. Like, we've gotten so lucky. Alright, well, you can't take it away from me now. Yeah, we've gained an extra like 10k health between these 2 little minor breakthroughs. Barrier's kind of whatever. The power's nice. Crafting stats are nice. Okay, well, you know, anything you can walk away from, right? Let's turn in whatever mission it is. Oh, we got our pool rose. Sure. That at least pays decently. Okay, with that out of the way. Another thing that would be really helpful is this flying sword, but we can't afford it. We could try to craft ourselves some armor. That might not be a bad idea. We're currently using Geoplate Plus. We're not going to have the minerals for that, though. Maybe we should hit the mine. We should go down low enough so that we're in late MO, which is where we get the material that we need for the needle. And the needle... Where is that? I'm pretty sure we have that recipe. Yeah, this one. So we need resonating silver. Yeah, this is what we need. Resonating silver. We also have another sect mission to get the milky something something. I think that's going to be the plan. Controlling reagent, iron skin pill. Yeah, I don't have... Oh, this one. We do have this one. Do I have to craft a fresh one? I can't just turn in what I already have? Alright, hang on. Let's craft a healing pill 2. Oh, it's not turn in here. What didn't you like? Succeed in crafting, deliver to the appraiser. Is it you? Who's the appraiser? Here. Okay, just a weird UI to get there. Have you completed the request? Yes. Present the request you have. I see. So you're attempting the healing pill 2 recipe. You've already paid the spirit stone, so here are the materials. Oh, I see. You're gonna make me do it here. You can utilize any of the craft changers here. Get to work. Okay, sure. Okay. That's not quite how I thought that was gonna work, but that's fine. We should be able to absolutely rock this one. I'm way less concerned about this. All right. We be gentle. We be finishing. We will get our buff up. Okay, control is coming. So we'll go ahead and simple. And then we'll... Again, okay, we're done with the craft. We have 2 buffs up. Let's do our delayed refine. I think we're just gonna go for broke here. I think we just go for broke here. Refine. We got it. Okay, there we go. I actually earned one. The simplest recipe. There you go. Storing your things, you make your way to the vault curator, have the pill inspected. Finished, let's see the result. He says as he reaches his hand out for your pill. Perfect result, how pleasing. The medical potency is quite high, you clearly know your stuff. Here's the reward. We gain a lot of ki. We gain some sect favor. Yeah, I definitely feel like these would be the way to go. I don't think these are particularly interesting to stream, but I do think that this is the way to go. Do I need the recipe to do these, or would he give me the recipe? Because, yeah, that could make some bank. And it's nice and safe here. All right, we are going to stick to plan, though. We are going to go check out the mine. Okay, so... Remind me what you sell. We could buy resonating silver, but it is stupid expensive, so I don't think so. Ditto with the flares, frankly. 1,000-year blade recipe. Oh, that actually is something I would like, and I wouldn't mind crafting myself. I would not mind doing that. It needs a spirit core 2, though. We have 1. They want me to turn it in, but I think I would rather use this, if I'm being honest. This would be a pretty good upgrade. You get the recipe if you... Okay, so I don't need the recipe to do it, but if I perfect it, I learn the recipe. That's like a way better way to do it than actually paying for recipes then. All right, I might inflict a little of that on you guys at some point. Or maybe I'll do that between streams. I think I want this. I would much rather pay some stones than a bunch of sect favor. I like the idea of crafting our own, too. Plus, the one in the store is not a perfect. We could go whole ham and try to really, really make a perfect one. We get crafting actions. That is true. That is true. All right, I don't have to decide yet, but that's just food for thought. All right, let's hit the mines for a little bit. Where are we at? Okay, I'm actually going to take my fiber here and refill my tea before we get deep into the mines. Here, we'll leave you with her. Enjoy. Let me Alt-Tab and get the AFK thing up here. All right, get up, get yourself a stretch, get yourself something to drink. If you're not blocking ads, I really appreciate those pennies. And I will be back in 5, assuming that my AFK screen works. Sure does. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, now with unmuted mic. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed your thick-thighed, somewhat dwarven woman for 5 minutes. Let's hit the mine. Okay, so we want to go deep, and we want to go down middle. Okay, we can't even see how far down we want to go. But we want to go until we get Meridian Opening Late. That's where they said the material we need is. We also need some milky something or other. Technique shards, iron deposit, hold iron. Okay, we just want to go deeper. Plus 5 torches. Do it. As you explore the winding passages, the darkness presses in around you, pulsing with an insatiable greed, trying to snuff out the meager light of your flares. Doesn't take long before a manifestation of the hunger materializes. All right, let's test out our new stances and see if they're going to work here. Okay, so we're in sun. We're in moon. Okay, this is not going to scale as fast. I can already see that, which we already knew. Now, our barrier's a little bit better, though. I will say that. Moon chill, so he's got a bunch less power. I mean, this seems to be working okay, although I guess these guys aren't particularly high. But it seems to work okay. I don't think that's optimal. I'll say that. We definitely need. I hope we're missing a technique from this realm. I need like one more thing that lets me do something in sun, basically, without switching. Lastly, creatures dissipates before you. Or cold iron. Okay, well, not a direct down, but I guess we'll take it. Yeah, I'm not going to read the same ones over and over again, so we'll zip through here as fast as we can. Yeah, our barrier's looking mighty healthy, I will say that. Okay, yep. And this one finishes him, or the next one? Next one. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, although I will say I did like the faster scaling we had before. Still not enough shards. Last of the shadow creatures dissipates before you. Cold iron and tough iron ore. Okay. Also, I don't have enough shards. Right. That's a fist and a blossom. Okay. I want to make sure we didn't have a celestial I was sitting on. Unrefined key pool. Oh, you're new? What are you going to do? Fear. Damage, fear, damage. It's fine. That's not too bad for me, since we have stacking damage buffs. Yeah, that's gonna go just fine. I hope we have enough flares to at least get down into the neighborhood of where we need to get this stuff. We need to make like 32 of these needles. I haven't really... I don't have an idea if that's a lot or a little. Like, how many pieces of ore are we going to need? Because that's going to be a lot of flares, is the long short of that. Key is pretty good down here, too. Okay, so we can get some more key, which I don't really need. We can always get this later. I want to go deeper. We gotta dig deeper. Everyone knows that's where the good stuff is. Okay, he just does some random attacks. Yeah, we still have so much room for growth, too. Armor, artifact, talisman, all of which could be upgraded. You'll never have enough flares. Sounds like the case. Hopefully we can shake our bully down for some. Most of these came from him. Alright, that's cloud. Okay, cold iron, tough iron. We'll need that for crafting something. Okay, I didn't check. Okay, no, we're fine. I just want to make sure we weren't going to miss that. Okay, cold iron deposit. We're making some distance. Needles are a non-issue, just need to get good at crafting. I'm working on it. We're getting somewhere. I really appreciate that the game actually has a really robust crafting system. So many games have just like Tale of Immortal, like their crafting system isn't fun. Like for the alchemy stuff, it's okay with the bubble popping thing for the technique learning and the artifact thing. It's okay, I guess. And that's probably like the close second, I would say, for me. I can't like the crafting and wandering sword was nothing to write home about. Nothing at all. Yeah, I appreciate a good crafting system, and it does seem like it's a very viable way to progress in this game. Like, very viable. Okay, a netherite deposit. 6 flares, we have 89 left. Same dude we were fighting before. Yeah, we need like 27. It's 27 or 28. Wait till you get to 200% perfection. Oh, do we have like mastery crafting? Yeah, we had talked about this before, but it is reminiscent of the Final Fantasy XIV system, which is a good system, so I have a decent amount of experience there. And down, not down. Yes, down. Okay, 9 celestial shards. We need 1 more. Okay, oh, there we go. There's something we need for one of our quests. Milk nephrite. This rare gemstone is said to have a bolstering property for the virility of older men. No evidence of this working has ever been shown, but it still continues to stay in high demand. Well, there you go, boys. Cool. All right, again, we're just going to continue to go as deep as we can to try to get to... Okay, good. We can see the line at least. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're in a fight, but not in a fight? Okay, I think that might be the first legitimate bug we've had tonight. I can't hit escape. I can get into settings. So, let's make a save. Let's go back to menu. Let's continue. Okay, cool. No harm, no foul. For whatever reason, it didn't load me into the actual combat screen there. Not really a crash, it just didn't load properly. I was able to just save, exit, and reload, so it's fine. That was weird, though. I've never had that happen before. Another thing I appreciate, not losing hours of progress because you're not saving every 2 seconds. Blap. Give me a celestial shard, you jerks. Nether jade, mortal jade. Okay, yep, down we go. 2 days to get down there. 75 flares left. For whatever reason, this is kind of also reminding me of Axiom Station, just tangentially. Just us going deeper and deeper into the earth, fighting weird creatures. Cool game, but the only game I think I've ever played that didn't have in-game sound control. Like, that was just really weird, and it was way too loud. Way too loud. I had to like rebalance my entire system when I was streaming that, and that sucked. That sucked a lot. Okay, probably should start thinking about a heal. I don't think we're going to be here long enough for a regen pill, so I think we're just going to use a regular heal. Well, maybe we would have. Okay, so a Yin Yao. Okay, you're actually a little tougher for sure. I can feel the middle on this one. Blap. Celestial? Yes, Celestial. Yep. That's all fine. Cold Iron, that's fine. Give me my shards, please. Alright, what are we gonna learn? What are we gonna learn? Be useful. Heavenly Blast. Requires at least 1 stack of sunlight. Deals 7,300 damage and gain 1 solar attunement. Convert sun to moonlight. Okay, that is actually what I needed. Let's do a little tweaking here. Alright, because I want to be in sunlight at the end of this, and this was not letting me. Okay, so edit you. And really all I need to do is add that, right? So here we're in sunlight. Requires a stack of sunlight. Deal damage, gain attunement, which we're not currently getting, so that's good. Oh no, and then go into moonlight. Ah, so we still end up in the wrong one. I guess we could drop this, or we could move this. If we did that, you don't work because you're not in sunlight. Okay, well that still didn't solve my problem. I guess that's fine. I guess it's fine. This is still better than what we had. Okay, but let's also go here. Give me a mastery. Chance to gain barrier. I do not love that. Chance to inflict vulnerable. That's fine. Alright, better than nothing. Let's try that. Okay, still heading deeper. Shadow infested weapon. Shadow infestation remains of a formal cultivator lurks here. That sounds dangerous. Okay, or maybe not. Okay, let's see what our new one does here. So it should be here. Okay, so we have 2 stacks of vulnerability. Before each technique, lose a stack. Is that me or him? Because it... Well, no, it does kind of matter. Okay, well, 10% damage is 10% damage. I can't say that that's bad. We're also moon chilling him ridiculous amounts. I like that quite a bit. I do think I would like more scaling in here somewhere. I'd have to rethink that whole script though. That ability that we have that hits lightly but gives us another stack. I guess it just depends on how hard we're scaling our damage, whether that's good or not. Because like normally we should be at like 14 on my other one, and we're only at like 7 on this one. So we are definitely scaling slower. We're getting the lunar attunement. We're not getting solar attunement. Well, no, we are, but at half the rate. I guess that's okay. Because you... Actually, I guess that is right, because you max out at 100 and you max out at 50. So I would hit max at the same time. I guess that's okay. Which, out of curiosity, of the 6 different cultivation types, which one would you guys say is the most complicated? Blood, maybe? Just from my gut? Because of the weird corruption, self-damage thing? Blast of the shadow creatures dissipates before you. Weapon aspected key roils around the cavern ahead, boiling off the body of a twisted figure waiting at the center. The once disciple is shrouded by shadows that infest the mind. Tendrils of the strangely conscious matter spinning off to lick over the walls. There's something sad about the sight, and you resolve to put the figure out of its misery. Oh, you're ugly. Dancing sword and hammer foe. Dancing blade. Okay, I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna eat a regen pill. Okay, he's putting cracked blade on me, which is a bunch of power debuff. We still have some more regen on us. We're doing fine. Blood is just basic mathematics. Which would you say is the hardest then, Mickey D? Okay, we seem to be getting ahead of whatever it is he thinks he's doing. I think our moon chill is helping us out quite a bit here. We're just absolutely crashing their offensive power. I assume that means that they only get minus 30, not that they get minus 30 times 14, because that wouldn't make any sense. 9 Mountain Disciple Cell. Okay, we needed that for a quest. Weapon. Alright. That was actually a pretty good reward. Oh, you're just teasing me now. Okay, 65, so we're going to be down to 59 flares here. Blossom, maybe? You need to balance 3 different resources? Okay, I haven't played around with Blossom too much. I kind of want to do a weapon one, just because it seems interesting. I will, in Path of Exile, I used to love running animate weapon builds. My favorite one I ever did was a cast while channeling, and I did whirlwind, and while channeling I would animate weapons, and then I used the dancing dervishes that would animate themselves. I loved that build. Just 1,000 weapons flying around on their own, cutting everything into pieces. Very like weapon shard blossom-esque type feel to it. Last of the shadow creatures goes before you. Cold iron, kind of blah. Oh, you're absolutely teasing me here. I just want to get to the next one and get at least one node of the resource we need, so I can get an idea of how many flares I need to farm. Mixed styles are the most complex. I could see that. I've heard like from, I think, blood, you can get the shards you need for weapon or whatever. That could be interesting. And then, like, I guess you could use, like, the healing from blood. I'm just guessing. Delve Madness. Yep. I made that comment last time, Rumen. And good morning. Definitely have some inspiration. Which is fine, you know? Refine cool things. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, here we go. This is what we were looking for. All right. Meridian opening late. This is what we need to be in. All right, and we are specifically looking for... I want to actually see the name of what I'm looking for here. Okay, so we do need cold iron, so we have been picking up some of that. Resonating silver. That's what we need. And we need 3 of them. Okay, so if we do need 27... If we were perfect crafting these, yeah, we would need quite a ton. We would need 9 sets of these, so 27. Okay. A technique shard. Okay. Down to 50 flares. All right, you guys are going to be a little harder yet again. Yes, just says, I'm sad that Delve isn't in PoE 2. I can't imagine that they're not going to bring Delve back. That was one of their more popular leagues. You know, that's the problem whenever you have a huge game that gets a sequel. Like Paradox has that same problem. Why buy the new Paradox game when you're missing like 20 expansions worth of content? So PoE will get there, I am sure. I'm still mad at them though. They did an update over Christmas that borked my computer, like hard froze my computer because I was on Windows 11, because I was forced to be on Windows 11. And they just went on Christmas break and didn't even post about it for like 3 or 4 weeks. I was streaming it until that happened, and then I couldn't stream it anymore. That was quite a shit move. They should have rolled back that change that made that happen if you're gonna go on like 3 weeks of Christmas break. That was ridiculous. That wasn't well, Paradox did it too. Crusader Kings all of a sudden started freezing me. And I'm sure it's the games and not the computer. Well, it's the games interacting with Windows 11. Let me be specific. Yeah, Microsoft is absolute garbo. They're probably vibe coding with AI, if I had to guess. It's not even a programmer that's messing it up. It is so garbage. Blossom isn't strong when you're at core formation, trying to beat pillar creation. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a problem. All right, at least it does seem that we're powerful enough to get this area done. So that is a thing. Because what's going to happen here is we're going to run out of flares, and then we're going to have to wait to grow the flowers that make us craft more flares. And while that's happening, we'll do other chores. So I see what we're going to be working on next time, probably. They made 2, Wolf. 23H2 and 24H2 both have had their problems. And it really sucked. Like, I mentioned this last time I think we were streaming, but when I was streaming No Man's Sky, my OBS was having a problem where when you did a long stream, this weird static would like crescendo and then fade away every once in a while you were streaming. And it was a Windows issue, not an OBS issue. So I had to upgrade my Windows in order to fix the sound issue for streaming. But in doing so, it broke a bunch of games. And then a lot of things have been fixed, and then they did the 24H2, and that re-broke a whole bunch of stuff. It has been ridiculous. Yeah, we all just need to really hope that SteamOS is absolutely amazing and can just take over for Windows. That's what it comes down to. Okay, we got a few shards out of that. Okay, did that happen to give me enough celestials to do something? It did. Yoink. Learn. Unveiled Ecliptic Blast. Deal 525 damage per sunlight and moonlight. Ooh la la. Okay, does that let me delay properly? I've been trying to fix this stance all night. Okay, so we end stance 1 in sunlight. Okay, so in stance 2, we're in sunlight. We use Dawning Rage, which is a good one to use. We go to moon. Convert to sunlight to moonlight. Okay, so we could do like, we drop that. We do you. And we do you. And then we do you. Because you don't change. Oh, we're still in moonlight with, if I do this though. God, that's so annoying. And I can't use this because we need to be in moon to do it. We're in moonlight and I would like to get back to sun. I mean, I guess we could get more barrier, but I really don't feel like we need more barrier. I mean, I guess we moonstrike. I guess that could work. Or we could do another chilling radiance. We don't need extra chilling radiance, so we're already stacking it. I guess we moonlight strike. Let's try that, I guess. I'm not in love with it, I'll be honest. I'm not in love with it. I thought you were the key. You were not the key. All right. Rip. Resonating silver. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, so about 7 flares per node. I don't know how rare these nodes are. Let's see how many we get. At bare minimum, we would need 27 resonating silver. Let's see how it goes. So hopefully we get, I don't know, 5 or 6 per node. I'm just hoping randomly. You know, while we're talking about things that are broken, have you guys been following the Unity exploit that was found? So basically, any Unity game that was made since 2017, if you don't get it updated, you have a like major vulnerability. So any game that you own in Unity from a studio that's out of business is now a danger. That's great. That's real great. I did hear, I was watching Bellular's video on it, that Steam is running, when you launch something through Steam, it's doing a checker on your launchers, and it will warn you if it finds malicious code in the launcher, which is how the exploit was usable. So at least if you're launching it through there, you're okay. But if you have, like, you know, something you're launching from not Steam or not a live service, you better be careful. Yeah, it should basically be every modern Unity game. Like I said, I think the vulnerability started in 2017, so it's been around for a long time. Luckily, nobody apparently was exploiting it. By my understanding, they would have to convince you to do something, and then they could make use of the vulnerability. But, you know, that's how they get into your computer a lot of times anyways. Paradox could just go make the Clawswitch 2 engine at this point. Yep, they should have done that a long time ago. Old ancient engines are absolutely killing half the gaming companies, and Unreal Engine 5 is killing the other half. So I guess it's pick your poison. I can see the argument though. Like, if you have a custom engine, if you hire a new person, they're gonna need months of spin-up time to learn your engine. So I see why it's like, let's just use Unity or Unreal. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but every Unreal Engine game looks exactly the same. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not like super impressed. We didn't, oh no, we wouldn't get that on that screen. Okay, come on, big numbers. Okay, 7. Okay, that's more than I was hoping for. So we would need, what? 4? We would need 3 more nodes if they each gave me 7, and I could perfectly craft these, which probably won't happen right away. Okay, that's not horrific. That's not horrific. Okay, shadow infested weapon. How many do I need for that quest? I need 3 of them. Okay, so I do need more of those. And we didn't pass any of those, right? No, I didn't. All right, we'll do that for the quest. That is true, Wolf. That it's partially an engine problem, but it is true that if you optimize your game for it, then you should be fine. But let's all be honest here, how many people are properly optimizing things? Yasha says, I don't care what a game looks like, I care more about system. I mean, that's like this. Like, some people don't like this style. I'm fine with this. This doesn't bother me at all. there are certain games that I do like I like Monster Hunter that looks pretty. Like, I just do. But then again, I can play Shadow Empires or Dominions or Ascend from Nine Mountains. It depends on what genre of the game it is I'm playing. Workers and Resources is another one. Some people say that game looks like crap. I actually really like the style. It's got that good brutalist Soviet architecture. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I know, like, oh geez, I just lost the name of them. The makers of Witcher. I wanted to call them Project Red, but that's not right. Whatever. They've abandoned their in-house engine and apparently are going to do their next stuff in Unreal. That was one of the bigger engines out there at the moment. Switch is another perfect example, though, of not updating your engine. Or the Total War engine. That's another one that's come back to bite them in the butt continuously. That thing is just like a mutation of an engine from, like, Empire is what you're using for Total Warhammer 3. And it is an absolute clown show. An absolute clown show. Okay, buddy. You weren't too hard last time I fought you, so you should probably be just fine. In fact, we probably have a better script now, too. Or at least higher damage. Okay, we're still maintaining. I'm just curious if we can actually keep our barrier up. Looks like just barely. Just barely not. Okay, notice how much more damage we start taking when our barrier goes down. Am I still on the pill? Let's get another gen one. No chances here. I guess we're okay. It's noticeable when that barrier goes down. Creative Assembly's engine has major issues. They basically have different versions. Yep. And they just splice them off wherever they were when they started the project. So, like, even if you have teams who have worked in a similar engine, it's similar but different, which is, in my opinion, almost worse. Like, when I'm doing something at work, it's easier to shift gears to something new than to work on a project that's similar but different, if that makes any sense. Because it's the devil's in the details. You think you know what you're doing, but then there's some, like, oh no, actually there's this other function that we use in this one that does this other thing. And their engine has never been particularly great. Like, it hasn't been good since probably, like, Shogun 2. Maybe it was even bad then and I just have rose-colored glasses. Okay, unrefined key pool or a nether jade. 7 and 7. I don't really need the key particularly. Let's go this way. We're down to 32 flares. Okay, unfortunately, we've only found one deposit of our silver. That's making me a little nervous. I hope it's not super rare. I would like to find one more Shadow Disciple, just so we can turn in that quest when we go back. That would be kind of nice. Let's pop a pill here. I am glad I made all those pills before we left. Alright, random jade, don't really care. Shadow infest. Okay, that's what we need for our quest. And a pill cache. Alright, let's get the guy I need for the quest first, just to have it done. Alright, out of the way, Shadow Guy. You're not what I'm looking for. Okay, so just thinking ahead to next time, we need to make sure we set up our garden to prioritize making the flare flowers. Because we're going to need probably another 200, I'm going to guess, flares. It's hard to make an estimate since I haven't found a second one yet, so I don't know how rare they are. But rare enough that it's not going to be quick, if these are 7 a pop. And then while we're doing that, if we could find another spirit core too, I think I'm going to turn the one we have into the artifact spirit so we can learn the crafting techniques. But I would like a second one so we can craft a weapon. Which means I probably want to buy with our Sect favor the travel mount. Because that would make zipping around a lot quicker. Because we waste a lot of time traveling at the moment. Like a lot of time traveling. Oh, what was this? Hit me with a bunch of fingers right off the mat? Absolute jerk. Yeah, look how sad I look. Oh, my attack debuffed. Just gonna keep piling that on, aren't you? At least it's making him deal like no damage, but then again, I also wasted a recuperation pill, so a regen pill. That's a little annoying. Yeah, he is stacking way too much flow. Yeah, we just keep him permanently moon chilled at least. I am liking that, but that also definitely means I don't need more than 1 moon chill within my scripts because, yeah, look at that. He still has some. Now we're going to bonk him with a whole bunch here. Yeah, 10 of them. So it's going to be, yeah, more and more as the rounds go on. Maybe we could optimize for the sunburn one too. That one we're not really doing at the moment. Man, I wish we'd fought a celestial one. Alright, what do we got? More? Oh, speaking of the devil. Okay, key condensation. We do not want to go deeper at the moment. Well, that sucks. We did not find a second silver cache. How many flares do we have? 18. We might as well burn them out, I guess, so we can do one more after this. Alright, give me those sweet, sweet celestial techniques. I think we have maybe one more to learn, or maybe we're done with this realm already. Yeah, we're zipping through these alright. If we had just a smidgen more shield, we really wouldn't take a lot of damage out of these. We should have a heal. Does Celestial have a heal? Or do you just mean from something else? I could set up the blood heal. I believe I have that. Celestial does? I don't think I have the heal then. So that must be the last one I'm missing. Unless I'm completely insane and I missed it when we were picking up techniques. I know we have all the tier 1s because we checked that with the crystals earlier. Yeah, the heal would be really nice. We could have like a extra healy, shieldy barrier one maybe, and we'll just use that as needed. Okay, then that must be the last one I don't have. Or like I said, or it's possible I'm blind and I picked it up and I just missed reading the heal. Entirely possible. We'll find out here in about one fight. All right, come to dragon. All right, I'll wait till I'm a little lower before I pop a pill here. We're both gonna chill each other. Okay, he's gonna stack chill, that's fine. Okay, he's hit me decently. We will pop that pill. Don't want to mess up and die. Some of our heal procs. Mm. He is scaling harder than I am at the moment. I have to actually pop a second pill here. Of course Celestial's the strongest. I knew it. Yeah, his scaling is definitely outdoing mine at the moment. Alright, we are going to pop a healing to make sure. Hopefully we're going to be okay here. I'm getting a little nervous on that. He's scaling hard, and I am not scaling hard with this current setup. Uh-oh. We can't use any pills because of our toxicity. Hey, buddy, we better finish him off, like, right now. How sad. How sad is that? You think we might have a problem? I think we had a problem, too. The creature proves too strong for you. You're forced to flee. That's the first time we've ever lost a non-story fight. We did lose one to the bully earlier. Okay, well, at least it didn't use up the node. Well, Ripperoni. All right. We're gonna have to leave and heal anyways, so I guess we're done here for now. Sad. I wanted that technique so badly, too. That does tell me, though, I need to look at our build. The fact that we're not scaling anymore, we're just flipping back and forth. I took out too many of those moonlight things. Okay. Lesson learned. All right, is my bully gonna show up and beat me up when I'm at 1 HP? Because that's usually what happens. All right, good. We got here before he did. Okay, we can turn in this one. 5,000 favor. Yes, please. And I think we're gonna invest some of that in the mount. Travel speed is 201. Our current one is 75. The bully fights aren't scripted. You can beat him every single time. Well, we've beaten him twice and we've lost to him, I think, 3 times. So we're 2 and 3 so far on those. Okay, let me sanity check it with you guys. The flying sword seems like it would be an all right investment. I haven't seen a place I can buy a recipe to make one. I can make a armor. I can make a weapon. I feel like flying sword would be a good investment here. It'll also let me run around and do quests without using as much time. I feel like that's a good buy. Okay, I see at least one person agreeing with me. I mean, we want all kinds of stuff, but this will help me get spirit stones faster, which I can translate into other things. All right, let's do that. We gotta treat ourselves a little bit, you know? You gotta treat yourself. Yeah, that should be way faster. So if we just look here, yeah, 6 days. I want to say that, I mean, I don't know how the 75 to 2 something translate, but I feel like we're moving about twice as fast. 8 days, 14 days. I don't remember what that one was. That feels like that was a pretty good upgrade. Okay, P-Lip is here. Let's go turn in that spirit core. Yeah, I think I'm committed to that. We'll just have to find another one to make our own weapon. Because I agree, even if I get the weapon recipe, we have to actually make it. And to make it, we might as well try to go for a plus quality. So, that makes sense. Hello again, Disciple. I see you've been diligently following the most noble path of the crafter, and such dedication urges me to aid you once more. I sense you don't yet wield a crafting flame. I don't. It holds up a spectral hand. That is no slight on you, however, more so a comment on the difficulty of uncovering such crucial items. All great crafters wield one, as it helps to elevate all aspects of the crafting art. Now, Forge Lord never shared any specifics on where he discovered his, but I was able to glean some morsels that may be of use. To the southeast of Xiao Plains lies a great lake. It was after the expedition there he returned with the flame of creation. I hope that knowledge puts you on the right track to discovering your own. Gain the quest, Flame of Creation. Take care, disciple. Good luck. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's go here. What do you still want me to do? Oh, Golden Path. We haven't really upgraded since we tried that last time. We'll have to hold off on that. Okay, here. There's an event in the mine, apparently. I want... Well, A, I want to collect what we got. But B, I want to set us up. So we need a whole bunch of flash blooms. So, when you're done with that... Okay, that's as many as I can queue up there. Well, I guess we could do some spirit fruit. I don't hate that idea, actually. We do those, and then we do a bunch of flash bloom. That's as many as I can queue up there. That's 222 days. Okay. Set. Think we could check what she wants at the mine. I think that's probably my first bet. Getting the flame thing sounds interesting too. Let's check the mine though. Let's see what she wants. You're wandering through the mine to the entrance of your own tunnels when a voice from the side catches your attention. Xiaoqi, just the person I could use a hand if you got some time to spare. Sure, how can I help? I've been working my way deeper in the mine, but I've encountered an especially long tunnel I'm struggling to fight through alone. Would you mind lending me a hand? I can provide the flares with some extra for your effort. Yes. Excellent. Well, here's your flares. You gained 12. That's not very many. All right, let's head down and fight. Okay, she's just in the early area. All right. Well, she's not going to help me? All right. So what you really meant was I want you to go clear this. Gotcha. On higher realms, you can make mounts, though. Okay, yeah, I just hadn't seen one yet. You could equip the... That is true. I definitely could equip the old sword. Yeah, I think I liked our harder scaling version better than this version. I like this in theory, but we're not getting the scaling, and the whole point of Celestial feels like it's the scaling. Too early to make your own mounts. Yeah, I figured as much. We hadn't really seen that, and we haven't really been able to do artifact crafting. We're like on the cusp of it right now. Getting that flame, I assume, would be a big step towards actually being able to do that. I assume it's going to give me crafting stats. We shall see, I suppose. Yeah, I don't like how this isn't scaling. I definitely preferred the other version. I also like the comically large sun and moon, so I'm not even getting to enjoy that. Yeah, third sense, yeah. Yeah, I want to get that scaling one in each of the sets. It slows you down a little bit, but the whole idea is to ramp, right? Because we were winning that fight until I was like, wait a minute, why is he at 17 stacks? And then it was bloop bloop and we died. Okay, we do have enough celestial shards. Maybe we can get the heal here. Finally, the last shadow beast dissipates and you arrive at the destination. Yes, you have no idea how long I've been battering myself against that particular path. Thank you, Xiaoqi, I owe you. Yeah, you're welcome. Now I'll get to mining all the stuff. Sure. All right. And I came here because I wanted to talk to you. What do you want? Well, if it isn't the little lichen themselves. A real delver now, too. Or so I'm told. How are you finding the Yin King depths? That's exciting. As it should be. The things you find down there, the riches, the secrets, she grins fiercely. Why, it sends a shiver down the spine. The thrill of uncovering something new is why we put our lives at risk, after all. That attitude is exactly why you're the best boy for this job of mine. Come, follow. She'll lead you through a winding tunnel to the upper mine, far deeper than you wandered before. As you walk, you pass dozens of tunnel entrances, each marked like the ones assigned to you, but looking older and more worn. We're getting into old territory here, poor woman Hong says, noticing your gaze. Most of the disciples these tunnels belong to are core disciples of the sect now, or even elders in a couple cases, but that's not what we're here for. She rounds a corner, then stops and gestures to something just out of sight. That is. A wall of black smoke fills the end of the corridor, oozing out of the entrance, indistinguishable from any of the ones you passed in the last half hour. The smoke presses up against an invisible barrier, presumably produced by an art of formation inscribed on the rock, moving with an almost living manner as it probes for a crack in the seal. Not a pretty sight, is it? The forewoman says with a sigh. That's the result of someone delving too deeply and too greedily. Oh, I'd never do that. Yeah, we definitely don't do that. Without taking the proper precautions. I need someone to go in, fight their way to the disciple that caused that, and end them. Any questions? What am I likely to face down there? Shadows, shadows, and more shadows. The whole host of my wager. Then, at the deepest point, the stupid disciple who caused this. If you weren't careful, though, you should be able to clear a path through the shadows that won't close for a while, giving you a chance to rest before you face the creature at the end. Taking a shadow beast of this strength won't be easy. Any other questions? No questions. That's what I like to hear, she says, clapping you on the shoulder painfully. The formations will hold the shadows for a time, but there's no need to rush. Take it slow and make sure you come back alive. I don't want the next disciple I send down there to be facing your reanimated corpse alongside the one already down there. Good luck. Shadow disciple. All right, but that will have to be for another day because we are out of time. Let me travel back to the sect and we will end there. So I feel like we got a lot of work done, but we have a lot more to go. I think next time we'll probably start by seeing if we can get the artifact flame. I think that sounds the most interesting, and we'll work from there. We do have quests. Our quests are kind of building up. Right now, we need a breakthrough, which we need a bajillion more pieces of the silver stuff. And to do that, we need a billion more flares, and to do that, we need to let our plants grow. So that we're definitely working on it, but we have a long ways to go. Yeah, I want to say a huge thank you to the dev. Already implemented a whole bunch of the quality of life things I had mentioned. Feels good to me. It feels good to me. The only thing I've mentioned that we haven't got so far, I feel like after you heal, I feel like this screen should have an OK button or something. It feels weird to me that you have to click outside or on the X and not a button there. Other than that though, cheers on all those great improvements. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for me. Leave a like on the way out if you're enjoying yourself. I do have to kind of make decisions on what to stream and what to make content on based on what people are enjoying and watching and engaging with. So if you're enjoying something, make sure you support it with those things. If you're not a subscriber, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back. We play all kinds of games, and I'm sure there'll be something to your liking. And if you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks, join me live for a super chat. Consider becoming a member here or the Patreon. Check them all out. They're great ways to support the channel, and they give me the support I need to check out just weird games that we try from time to time, and hopefully find some gems in the rough like this one to share out to various people. All right, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. We've got what? Dominion's video will be out tomorrow morning. And then we will stream on Wednesday. It will probably be another Ascend from Nin Mountains on Wednesday, and then we have Dominions on Friday. So those are the next two. And I think it'll either be Ascend from Nin Mountains, or we might do a special one-off short series of Graveyard Keeper since it's Halloween on Sunday. I'll have to make that call later in the week. All right, guys, have a good one. That's going to be it for me. I will catch you guys next time. Babble out.